Hey guys, Mo again, back with another tutorial. Yeah. Learning more Excel. This time, guys, I've got a tasty one for you. Just a real tasty treat. But before you gobble down those M&Ms I gave you, we got a little work to do. So, I'm going to start off here by naming the colors of the M&Ms. Blue, brown, and orange. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to count the colors that I have. So get your bag open, or whatever, your cup of M&Ms, and see how many how many of each color you have. So let's say I've got 6, 4, 8, 5, 4, 3. Okay. So let's say that's about how many M&Ms I have. I am going to now come down here and do the sum of these. So I'm going to hit that old equal sign to let them know I'm doing a formula. And then again, I could click this plus this plus this plus this, or what we learned in the last tutorials, we can come up here to old Mr. AutoSum and click AutoSum. But we just want right here from B2 to B7. We don't want B8 in there. Then hit enter. Bam! Got my 30. So that is looking lovely. I want to insert, let's just do two little blank rows up there, and then I'm going to what am I going to do? Well, let's highlight this and merge and center it, right? And you guys can probably guess what I'm going to do here. M and M graphing, because we're going to make a graph today. That's what we're going to do. And so in here, and I think I showed you guys this last time, there's other like centering techniques. So I can do that. I can make that bold. Let's pump it up. Not that much. We'll pump it up to about there. I would like these columns to be centered as well, because I just think it looks better when you do that. Okay. Now what we are going to do, first I'm going to show you the incorrect way to get this graph. So I'm going to highlight everything. I'm going to go here to insert. I'm going to go to this little pie guy here. Hey, pie guy. Pumpkin pie. What's your favorite pie? Just kind of depends. So if I hover this over here, you're going to see down towards the bottom there, and I'll just click it. So I've got red, green, yellow, blue, brown, orange, but then they've also put M&M Graphing as a category, which that is not a category. That's what I want my title to be. So I am not going to do that. I am going to re-highlight and just stop right there. Right there, nice and perfect. I'm going to go to insert. Now I'm going to go to the pie chart, and we're going to do the 3D pie chart. Okay? And I might start right here by going in and naming this M&M Graphing. Which nothing is happening. There we go. And so I go in there and name it M&M Graphing instead. And now what I want you guys to see is like right here, it's saying that this is the red value and it's worth 6. And if you look over here, I have 6, which is kind of cool. The thing that's not so cool is that the red is blue. Talk about confusing. That's going to mess with some people. So what we're going to try doing here is if I click the chart once and then I click it again, you're going to see now it just has this little blue part selected. And then if you double click it, that should open up this format data point over here. And over here you're going to see this paint can. You can go to fill, and I could go to solid fill, come here, click red, and now I've got red where red should be. Isn't that beautiful? And one cool thing about these graphs is they're interactive. So if I come up here and I change this to 10, my number here should get bigger. Let's say I name it, change it to 20. So you see how this red is getting bigger and bigger, or if I went back to 2, now it's teeny tiny. So the graph is interactive for you. Now what I'm going to do is kind of a more advanced deal that you guys could do that I think is pretty cool. So let's go to the friendly internet. So I'm going to come here to the internet. I'm going to go to Google, and I might just type in brown M&M. And go to images. And let's say that I like this guy right here. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to come back here to my chart. And we're going to paste that in there, which I did the wrong paste. So then I get this giant M&M, which we are going to make much smaller. As you can see, it's got that white background, and as we've learned in the other Microsoft deals, since it's solid white, I might be able to come here, go to Set Transparent, and clear that out. So now I've got this M&M here, and maybe over here where it says brown, we do something like that and put the brown there instead of that color. Now I don't even remember. Okay, so the brown was actually blue, so we want to change this too. Here's something else that's kind of cool that you guys can do. Maybe I like this picture here. So what I'm actually going to do with this picture is I'm going to save it, and you guys are going to have to save it, not copy it. So I'm going to go here to Save Image As, and maybe I'll just sort on my desktop for now. So I've got brown M&Ms there. Hit save. It saves for me. Great. Now I'm going to come here and I'm going to click on just this section, which is the brown section, and we know that because we hover over and it says brown. And I'm going to come here to the paint can. This time I'm going to go to fill it with a picture or a texture. So I'm going to go with a picture, and I need to come down here, Insert Picture From, and I'm going to go Insert Picture From File. And then I'm going to go up here and make sure I click on Desktop, because that's where I saved it. So I'm going to go to Desktop, and then my little trick I like doing is just going to Date Modified, and then it has the most recent thing you've saved up here. So I go to brown M&Ms, I go to Insert, and check that out. Kind of cool. So now my graph has the brown M&Ms in it. And if for some reason your picture doesn't take up the whole section, you can come here and mess with these, and that will adjust your image and make it take up the whole section for you. So then likewise, I could come here to the blue guys, right? And my search will be similar, only this time I'll do blue, right? And so I would come here and get this little M&M and put that there, and maybe I like these M&Ms here, so I'm going to save these to my desktop, save. I open up my deal here, make sure I have the one selected. We're going to go to Pattern, Insert Picture From File, Date Modified, and this time we're going to do the blue guys. So now I got the blue guys in there, and then I'd want to maybe bring down my blue M&M down there into where I have all my little M&Ms down there. You know, another thing you could do, let's say this one's yellow. So maybe I go to yeller, oh yeller. So I go to my yellow M&M, and I could do, I mean, there's all kinds of different things I could do. Maybe I want, yeah, I'll just take this guy here, or maybe this guy. We'll go with this guy. And so I'm going to copy this guy, come in here, and paste him. And of course, he's huge. So I'm going to make him bigger. Now this time I don't know that Set Transparent will work, because there's a lot of other white things in there, but I could try it first. So Format, Color, set transparent. I think it works good enough. So it works good enough, and so what I could do with this little chap is just put him chilling right there. And then of course I may want to also change this color to yellow just so it's not super confusing. But as you can see, yeah, there we go. And change it to yellow, or get a picture of him laying down over it, which could be kind of a cool deal to do. And then finally, if I want to liven up my chart a little bit, my title, I could maybe just do a search for M&Ms. And maybe I like this picture. Copy it, come in with it, and paste it. Format, color, set transparent. And we could do one of two things here. So we can make our chart a little bit bigger, have these guys hanging out here, right? Maybe come in to my M&M Graphing, and then we could maybe even make this a little bit cooler. So maybe come in and highlight each letter. Yellow may not be the choice, but you kind of get the point. You guys can then come in here and spice this up. Maybe make it a little bit bigger. And go forth with that and kind of set up your pie graph and spice up your graphing. So I'd like you guys to go get pictures for these as well. Don't just leave them, and kind of totally complete your graph here. So anyway, this is graphing in Excel, which is kind of cool, and something that you guys can use to, graphing is good to show representation of all kinds of different things. So hopefully you kind of liked this. It's early in the morning. I'm tired. I'm going to take a nap now. Good night.